All right, everybody. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to One Objective tonight. It feels great to be back in the studio. I know it has been a long while, guys. It has been a long while since we've done a show, and we are super excited to get back in the studio and talk with you guys and talk with a special guest tonight. But not only that, but give away a One Objective prize pack. We're going to be giving away some tungsten weights. It's kind of like a starter pack that we're going to be giving away, so we're excited about giving that away and getting some more weights into these people's hands. And they're doing really well. We're excited about that. If you guys haven't seen that, we come out with kind of our own tungsten line. So if you haven't, go to oneobjectivebf.com, check those out. But anyways, before we get into all of that, I just want to thank all you guys for tuning in tonight. Chris, how are you doing tonight?
We're doing good.
We haven't hung out in a while. You know what I mean? Last time we hung out, what was it? Was it Memorial Day, Labor Day, Memorial Day?
No, when was it?
I can't remember what day we hung out. We had like a little cookout. It was Memorial Day.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, it was Memorial Day weekend, so we hung out. But other than that, we ain't really been able to get out and do no fishing or anything. It's been busy. You're getting things ready for your wedding. You got work and all of that. I just want to. But other than that, it's just with work, it's been busy. And then we had the Bassmasters Classic that came up. It has kept us just from that to catching back up on orders and all that. It's been so busy, we just haven't been able to do a show. So that's our excuse. That's what I'm sticking to. But I was gonna try to put this big old hat on for the start of the show, but with the headset, it doesn't work too well. So I just wanted to bring this puppy out. I'm proud of this guy right here. This is my new lawn mowing hat, which I do have to watch on some of our trees for low hanging to rip it right off your head. But other than that, man, I like it. I told James when we was going down there, I said, man, we need an authentic Texan hat. And this is an authentic Texan hat made in Mexico. So, but there you go. It's authentic. We bought it in Texas. Now, we could have bought the same hat in Alabama, Mississippi, or Louisiana, but it wasn't in Texas, so it doesn't count. We did go into a Buc-ee's, and they had that hat for like $10 or $15 cheaper than we paid for it. We were like, dang it. They got us, but we had to have it in Texas. So we had a great time down there. We're going to talk a little bit about that later tonight. Had a great time down there. I love Texas. I really fell in love with Texas. And if there was a state, they're one of the states on my list that, if anything, I wanted to get out of Virginia, that's where I would go. Alabama, Texas, and, maybe Georgia. I don't know. Sometimes Georgia's funny, but at least Texas and Alabama are one of my two states that I would love to go to. So, guys, tonight we're going to have the Bass Nation Kayak Series winner, Mark Pendergraf. He's going to be on. He's going to join us and talk about his big win. I know a lot of you guys have heard it on other podcasts and all that, and we want to talk to him and kind of get our scoop on it. And we did an interview with him, which is up on YouTube right now. We did an interview with second place as well with Joe McKeelery. I can't say his daggone name right. But anyways, I'm terrible at names. I butcher names horribly. But anyways, we had an interview with him, and then we had an interview with Mark Case, and just didn't go. I'm sorry, Brad Case, and had an interview with him, and the mic was all jacked up. It was popping and cracking. And so I apologize, Brad, on getting your interview up. We'd already talked to him about it. We're going to plan on getting him on a show at some time and talk about that and just talk about fishing in general. But I do apologize for that. Also, big shout out to Joe for donating all of his winnings to Save the JT charity that they're doing. Now, JT, he's got a very, very rare disease, and when his dad was talking about it on stage, it's only like so many people in the world that's had it or got it or what, it's very rare, and they are doing a big benefit to him. Ryan Lambert and them are putting on a big charity event, Save JT. You can go on TourneyX.com, and it's Save JT Charity Donation. That's the tournament that you look up when you go on TourneyX.com. And these guys have done a heck of a job with raising money for this event. Not just them, but all the other anglers that have gotten involved with this event. And me and James, we're going to be signing up for it as well. Right now, I talked to Ryan Lambert just a little while ago. It's 659 anglers that have entered in this event. Right now, they have raised $32,950.
Wow.
That's a heck of a charity event, man. I mean, you don't look. We've done charity events and bass boat events, local stuff.
Yeah.
This is nationwide, so I mean, you got a good chance at raising more money. But we've done bass boat stuff. We've fished some smaller kayak stuff that were charity events, and man, that's just mind blowing. $32,000. We're right there at $33,000. So by the time, and it's $50 to enter. So by the time that say I enter and James enters, I mean we're right there at $33,000. So, but like I say, 659 guys are in it, and also when you enter, you will be entered in a raffle for a new Old Town kayak. So Old Town's coming through. Mark is sponsored by Old Town. He's on their pro staff, so it's cool to see them coming through, helping with this. But like I say, you can also go and donate at savejt.com. And if you just want to donate and you don't want to fish a tournament or won't be able to fish a tournament, but the tournament's all month long, starting July 1st all the way to July 31st. So I couldn't remember if it was 30 or 31 days in July, but all the way to July 31st. So they're taking your best five. Get your catch board here. You can go to oneobjectivebf.com if you ain't got one. Get you one of them and enter in this event. We are sponsoring an event. There's a lot of other great companies that are sponsoring this event. So make sure that you get entered in this. They're doing a lot of prize giveaway stuff. I wish I knew a little bit more about it, but you can go on to Kayak Bass Nation's Facebook page, and Ryan Lambert did a whole video talking about it. It's a really good video. Make sure you go in there and check it out. If you need more information, reach out to Ryan Lambert and them. He can give you all the information he needs for this. So kudos to you guys for putting this together. Also, kudos to all the guys that have entered in this event or donated to this event. It's just awesome to see this community come together and make this happen. So really happy with that. But Chris, everything's sounding good so far on our end. So, yeah. I mean, we ain't done this in a while, and everything's starting up good, Yeah. So that's good. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy for that. So, but also, guys, before we get this show started, I want to thank some of our great sponsors that have really helped us out through the years and have been with us since, practically day one. Missile Baits is one of them that has been with us since day one of this thing. Also, Bob's Up the Creek Outfitters. He's a big supporter of ours, and he's a big kayak shop here, and he's got one in Bonita, and he's also got one in Amherst. Pretty much everything you want that you need kayak-wise, he's got. So if he don't have it in one shop, he'll have it the other. If not, he can get it. So make sure you go check out Bob's Up the Creek Outfitters. Also, I want to thank Bonafide Kayaks, Native Watercraft, Missile Baits, Yak Attack, Falcon Rods, Baino Power, AccuCoal, and Power Pole. Guys, I want to thank all you guys that have helped us out. It's very appreciative of everything y'all have done for us. It's hard in this day and time now, especially with the way things are, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, about Texas here in a little while, is trying to keep sponsors or sponsor dollars and all that's going away, on some things. So things are starting to come up, but like I say, just trying to get things and getting product and all that, it's kind of tough. And we'll talk about that with Texas and all that. But before we get too far, we got about, a minute, Chris?
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and call Mark. Let's go ahead and get him on. Let's see if we can work through the Skype stuff. Hopefully that's working good. Yeah. And get him on and talk with him and talk about his big win. How you doing, Mark?
Doing all right.
Man, I really appreciate you taking the time. Chris is going to build up your scene here. It's probably going to look funny on your end for a little bit. But Chris is building up your scene here for the show. We're live right now, man. But like I say, I really want to thank you for taking the time to come on. I know you said you're coaching some softball games tonight.
No, I've got my men's league tonight. So.
Oh, okay. I got you. So you're playing tonight. I got you.
Probably 20 minutes or so, I'll be moving, walking, and talking. So.
I got you. No, like I say, we won't keep you long. I know you're busy, and like I say, you got a lot going on. You don't need to be worried about no fishing. You're gonna play some softball. So, well, man, like I said, I want to congratulate you. I'm sorry it took so long to get you on our show. We haven't done a show in forever, so it was good to have you. We wanted to have you as our first guest, getting back into it. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. And let's talk a little bit about it, man. Let's kind of dig into it because you ain't got a lot of time. I know a lot of people's heard your story, but I want to hear it again. We did the interview with you, and like I say, guys can go on YouTube and check that out. But let's talk a little bit about your practice because Possum Kingdom threw a curveball at all you guys for this event. So let's talk a little bit about your practice and the conditions changing for you.
Yeah, definitely. Is my camera working?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got you.
Okay, it's lagging on my end, but practice, man. So I got to go before they cut off water access. It was like a month before the tournament or whatever it was, but I got to go the day before the cutoff date. The water was nice and clear. I was able to fish normal, typical clear water. The water temperatures were like 75, 77. So the fish were still spawning, coming into post spawn. And Possum Kingdom is one of the last lakes to spawn in Texas. Usually it's a colder lake. So got to do that. And then going into the actual pre-fishing the week of, when I got there Sunday, man, the main channel was muddy and the coves were stained up. It's not typical of Possum Kingdom. It's usually gin clear. So that was intense getting to see that and see how that goes. I started out Sunday in the state park. The main channel was really muddy out there, but the coves weren't that bad all around the state park and down the lake. I was able to pick up a few fish, nothing of size, nothing to write home about. So, I mean, it was. I went prepared for a lot of clear water stuff, and ended up switching back over to my normal Texas stained water fishing, a little bit of chartreuse, a little bit darker colors, stuff like that. So
yeah. Now let's talk about your spot that you found. Now, did you find that during practice, or was that something you discovered, on day one of the tournament?
No. The actual spot itself I discovered day one of the tournament, but the area that I fished, I'll fish there every now and then. It's usually a third spot that I could hit. It's not my number one or number two. Number one and number two were blown out by the mud water in the main channel. They're islands out in the main channel of the river, so they're pretty much unfishable. I didn't even bother going out there, so I had gone to everybody knows where it is now, but it's the Bluffs Marina on it's about mid-lake, and went there on Monday, and I fished the area, went down to Hell's Gate and fished there. And I had caught some quality fish. It was just really spaced out, nothing consistent, consecutive in certain areas. There's like one fish here, 200 yards down the bank, maybe another fish, something like that. So I wasn't completely sold on it. And then on Tuesday, I hit another spot and wasn't very impressed with it because the entire field was fishing there. So tournament day, I just went to the Bluffs. Those were the best fish I'd seen. So I was like, this is where I'm going to go. So day one of the tournament, man, I literally grinded all morning for 4 little fish. My biggest at the time was 17 and a quarter. And then I had a 14, a 13, and a 12 by 1 o'clock.
Wow.
So I headed back towards the boat ramp, and there's a bluff wall there that usually holds a fish or two, and I was going to plan on fishing that, but Justin Fairclough was sitting on it, so I was like, yeah, whatever, tournament's almost over. I'll just maybe go down here a little ways and just look. And I had, pretty much given up. And then I was passing the boat ramp, and I saw a fish popping on it. And I was like, well, I'll go over there and make a cast. And I did, and I caught a striper. And I was like, well, that was cool. Pretty big. It was about 7 pounds. I was like, that was neat. I was like, let's make another cast. So caught a sand bass, made another cast, caught a sand bass. I was like, well, I mean, I may lose the tournament, but I'm about to have some fun here if all these fish are stacked up like this. So that's pretty much what I was going to do. And I made a bad cast off to the left. And I think I keep saying it was a 19, but I want to say it was the 20-inch. It was either a 19 or a 20-inch bass hit and got it to the boat. And I knew 20 inches at 57 inches was going to put me towards the top 30 to be able to cash a check. And that was kind of my goal going into the tournament because I didn't have anything consistent to say, yeah, I have a chance at winning this. And I got that fish to the boat, got him measured, got his picture taken, made another cast, caught another good bass, made a couple more casts, caught a sand bass, caught another really good bass. And then I was like, man, there's fish here. So I kept fishing. I got another 20.5-incher to the boat and another 19 or something like that. And all in the last 30 minutes of the tournament, went from having a horrible day to putting up 97 inches. So
yeah, it was phenomenal to watch. Like we were getting ready to go to the expo, and we were just kind of pulling them up, and we're checking through the day because a good friend of ours, Casey Reed, Casey,
yeah,
he, we were following him, old Virginia boy, and then Jason Hensley and all of them. So we're following all these guys, and like all of a sudden you see some of these numbers coming in. Like some of these guys are getting on them towards the afternoon or just putting them up, And,
yeah.
And it was just crazy to watch. Like I know when we first woke up, and the what was already on the board was crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm, kind of going into day 2, I woke up, checked my phone like 8:00 in the morning, and you guys are killing them. I mean, y'all have caught a bag already, and I mean, that's kind of go into your day 1, man. I mean, you know that where you're putting in at, you're going to be fishing right there. You ain't going to have to go nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't have to go anywhere. And I had told Brian and a couple other people about it, and Justin knew. I saw Justin that morning of day 2 and told him, he's like, so you going to fish the boat ramp? I was like, yeah, I'm going to fish the boat ramp. I'm going to stay right here. And he was joking with me. He goes, you want me to put my live scope on and see if they're still there? And I was like, no, man, I want to leave it be, let it sit till it's time. And 6 o'clock hit, made a couple casts, didn't get hit, made the next cast, and boom, caught a 24-inch 9-pounder. And it was a little under 9. It was a good fish, and it's enough to round up.
Yeah.
But caught it, and then I started shaking. I was like, oh my God, my day is about to be epic. I was like, if these fish are still here and they're all 20s and 19s and now 24, I was like, I'm gonna break 100 inches. Like I have a chance at maybe winning this tournament.
Yeah.
And I just kept fishing and fishing and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. I think I caught a 5+10 on that I actually turned into Tourney X, including a little 5.5-inch perch that I caught on a drop shot. But yeah, man, I just stayed on that boat ramp all day. I'd leave for a minute and come back and hit it again. And man, yeah, the first 2 hours of that tournament were completely insane. It was an epic moment in my fishing career for that.
Was there a moment, when they cut the leaderboard off, was there a moment where you're kind of like, man, he could, Joe could still catch these things and catch me? I mean, was you pretty confident when you come in like, I got this?
No, I wasn't confident that I won it. When I called out my last 19 with a 21, I was like, oh my God, dude. Like, there's nothing else I can do to win this tournament.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I have what it takes to win it, but I also knew Joe was on really good fish. He put up 107 day 1. He had already put up a limit day 2 when I got a chance to look at the leaderboard. And he had some quality fish there and a couple little ones that he needed to cull, but I knew he had them in his area to do so. So I was not very confident. Then we had to wait a whole day to find out who won. So I was a complete nervous wreck. It wasn't fun at all having to wait like that. and I went out to dinner that night, Thursday night, with Ryan Lambert and Joshua Evans, and they were over in Joe's area and hanging out with him. They kind of saw what he caught and what he had. They didn't have exact numbers, but Lambert's like, I can't tell you, dude. I don't know. He goes, it's going to be super close, like super, super close.
Yeah. And when we're talking close, guys, we're talking a half inch.
Half inch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And day one, one of my 20.5-inch fish did not get accepted because I ended up taking a video of the fish instead of a picture.
Oh, man.
And no way for Tourney X to pull a slide out of that video with a timestamp and everything on it. And so I would have had 99 day one instead of 97. And then on day two, Joe caught a 1-inch deduction for an open mouth fish. So, yeah. It was either way, it was going to be a tight tournament, no matter which way it played out. But yeah, half an inch is what got me there.
Yeah. Chris, you say we got a question?
Yeah, Joshua Evans says to tell Mark I said, "What's up, ugly?"
So
yeah.
So I mean, mainly you were. I mean, what was your primary bait? I mean, you're talking about cranking, and I've seen the pictures on Bassmasters, but what was the main bait that caught them all for you?
So I'm sponsored by Excite, and unfortunately, it wasn't one of his. He doesn't have a deep diver at the moment. It's in production. They just got done designing it, but I was having to throw a 5XD and a 6XD in Sexy Shad.
I got you. That's a hard to beat color right there. No matter where you go in the country.
and what's funny is my spot was really muddy on day 1 and 2, so the color. I don't think the color mattered at all. I think they were just so stacked up there that because I was casting up to 0 feet and I was dragging it down to about 12 to 15. Yeah. So in all reality, I was just making a whole hell of a lot of noise in front of their faces.
Yeah, it was reaction bites.
It was all reaction bites because they were just chomping on it like hard. And when I say, like, I've set hooks using crankbaits before, and I've set hooks on some big fish. These fish ranging from 17 inches to 24 inches. Every one of those black bass, when they hit that bait and I set the hook, it was like setting it into a bag of concrete. It was insane.
Yeah. That's when your arms hurt when you come off the water that day, you know?
I was beat down. Like, I do a lot of punching and flipping, and that's my fishing style that I like. And that will wear you out doing it all day. But yeah, I was extremely exhausted coming off the water that day. Daniel Lyons was on the ramp with me. He helped me load my kayak up and everything. And I was just beat down and tired.
Yeah. Well, let's talk. Look, you go up on stage, and I know, like, that's something a lot of guys dream about, going up on the stage for the Bassmasters Classic. You're up there, you're in contentions to win this thing. I mean, are you? I know, like, you were very tearful. You know what I mean, and yeah. As you should be, because it's exciting. If you're not, this is not sport for you. What's going through your mind, man? Like, I mean, you're standing up here, you know that you're the next two. I mean, how are you keeping it together?
Not very well. I wanted to cry every time I hugged one of the other competitors or shook their hand after they accepted their awards. Because I knew it was closer and closer to finding out if I was going to be the champion. And my son was there. My dad was there. My oldest son was there. My dad was there. My wife was there. My DFW friends were there. People that had fished the tournament and come out to support me. People that didn't fish it. And from the DFW area that I fished with on a regular basis, they were there. And mainly, I was like, they wanted me to win. I wanted to win. And it was just a lot of emotion going, I'm going to win in front of all my friends. And I don't being on the stage. I think it changed my mindset a little bit to, like, I might not have won to. I really think I won this tournament. I think I have enough that I beat him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just something about this tournament from the time I knew I was going, like when it was all setting in that I was going to fish the tournament. Like, playing it out in my head, like walking across the stage to seeing the trophy at the captain's meeting. Some feeling in the back of me was like, that trophy's going to be yours.
Yeah.
And I was on another podcast earlier, the mindset. And I told him, I was like, I'm not a serious tournament angler. I don't take this very seriously. So for me to be up on that stage at that point in time, and I'm not an emotional person, but I had so many emotions running through me. It was intense.
Yeah, for sure. I know just talking with you backstage and seeing you talk with other guys and talking with Bass and doing your interviews, you can see it. You know what I mean? Like it was there, but it ain't set in yet. I mean, it probably took it a while. It took you a couple of days, like, for this thing to set in, and I just won this thing. But what'd y'all do afterwards? There's pictures of you and Ryan Lambert and some beer, and, I mean, I'm sure y'all partied it up pretty good afterwards.
We did, and, big shout-out to Ryan. He gave up his chance at AOY and his club in Tennessee to stay and celebrate with me that night. He was actually about an hour outside of town after the weigh-in and called me. He was like, hey, man, I'm coming back. We're going out to Billy Bob's. I was like, cool, me and Laurel meet you there. And actually, no, that was before weigh-in. He wasn't even going to come to the awards. He went out with me Thursday night. And then that was kind of like our celebratory, like, hey, man, you had a hell of a tournament type thing, whether I won or not. And he left Friday morning and came back to the weigh-in, which was cool. And then we went out Friday night. Me and my wife, Ryan, Dylan, and a couple other people were there. And Joshua was there Thursday night. He didn't make it back Friday night. But yeah, we went to Billy Bob's, and we had a great time, partied it up. Some of his buddies were in town. They did not allow me to buy a single drink myself. They forced me to use their tab, so that was really nice of them.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we got to meet Brantley Gilbert, so that was cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is cool. Time. So he was up. So, yeah, I guess he was up there during that weekend.
He was, yeah. He was up there. He was up there Saturday for the Friday night concert and Saturday night, I believe. He was doing both nights.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Well, man, I don't want to keep you much longer. I know you're on a time restraint. You're going to go play some softball. I appreciate you taking the time to take our call and kind of talk with us. And, big congratulations to you, man. It's awesome to know that. Really, I know that, they had an event last year, but you were the first true, I guess, champion qualifying to get to it and all that and to win it. So, big congratulations to you, man.
Thank you. Yeah. And huge shout out to Old Town. Even though it wasn't the Bassmaster Classic last year, my Old Town teammate, Jim, he won it last year.
Yep.
Old Town reigned supreme again this year with me winning it. So huge shout out to them as a company for making phenomenal boats that we can competitively fish out of and win these big tournaments. So
yeah, y'all are putting a hammer down on everybody right now, Old Town team.
Trying to. I mean, we got some really good anglers on the team. Jim, Casey Reed, of course. He's always finding himself near the top end of tournaments. So,
yeah.
And we got the Bacas and a couple other guys on there, that Roy Grubb, a lot of good anglers.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all got a good team, man. Well, Bud, I really appreciate it. Y'all have a safe time and have fun and good luck at your softball game. And we'll be talking to you later, Bud.
Man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you so much. You have a good one. Bye.
All right, bye.
All right. Sorry about the echo, guys. I know Chris had some issues there. We forgot to cut something off there. But hopefully it ain't too bad. I think we might be able to work something out when we go back and put it on iTunes.
I forgot to turn it off when he come on.
Oh, no. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, man. It wouldn't be a show if we didn't have something go wrong, would it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way it makes it a good show.
We had to try, 3 times to get Facebook to work for you.
Yeah, that's how it is. So, yeah, you live and learn. But yeah, I mean, man, it was really awesome to be there and watch all this go down and meet a lot of the guys that we talked to over Facebook and Instagram and all that, and be down there in Texas. And it was just fun to be back in an event also after COVID. I mean, it's just to go down to Texas and not have the whole mask thing and all that. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt good. I like being down there for that. So, but to also be back at an event or like an expo where a bunch of fish heads can get together and talk fishing and everything's just fishing. And it was really awesome to do that and get out the house and Fort Worth, man, like it's a crazy cool town. It's a city, shall we say, but it's a crazy cool place. I really enjoyed it down there. That's what I say. I would love to move. I don't know if I'd like to move exactly in Fort Worth. Dallas was pretty cool, which is Fort Worth is right beside Dallas. But just the lakes everywhere and all the lake. Chris, we went to the Bass Pro Shops down there in Dallas.
Yeah.
All right. They got two of them. One's like looks like northern Dallas, and one's I guess on the eastern side of Dallas. And when you walk through the doors and you look straight, the whole side of the building's on the glass, and you're looking out over a lake. I don't know if you've seen the pictures on our Facebook or not, but
yeah, you sent me a picture of it.
Yeah, we walked out on a dock, and you turn around and look at Bass Pro. So, like, if you're out there fishing and you need something, which most Bass Pros, I don't know if you've noticed, Chris, most Bass Pros around here don't carry everything.
No.
They don't have – here lately, they ain't had much in there. I've been very disappointed in the Bass Pros here lately. I'm just going to admit it.
Yeah, they've been lacking.
Yeah, and I do get it of product shortages and all that stuff. But, man, we went down there into that one, and they had everything. Everything you needed. Maybe that's why there's product shortage everywhere else because they bought it up. I don't know.
Maybe they put it all in one store.
Yeah, but man, they were loaded with tackle, and it was just, from just anything you wanted: crankbaits, soft plastics, terminal tackle. They had it. Now I will say the one thing they didn't have a lot of was boats. There was only 2 boats in the whole store.
Yeah, the one in Tennessee didn't have a lot of boats either.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all just went down there. What y'all go?
About a month ago.
Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah.
Now we stopped at every Bass Pro that we seen on the way down, except unless it was too late. You know what I mean? We didn't stop at the one right there at Birmingham.
Yeah.
I think we stopped at it on the way back through. I can't remember, but we didn't. Anyways, we didn't. No, we didn't stop there. We didn't stop there, but we did stop at a Buc-ee's. I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I'm not normally one to get overly excited on things, and especially like gas stations. But I'm going to tell you what, if you ever go down and you're going out through Alabama or Louisiana or Texas, you got to stop at a Buc-ee's. You just got to. I was really impressed at just how many gas pumps they had at this store. It was just insane. They had anything and everything. If there was something they didn't have, I don't think you could go into Buc-ee's and not find anything that you needed. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to walk out with something. I promise you. It was very impressive.
Did you get a T-shirt?
I did not get a T-shirt. I should have. I could have bought me a pair of swimming trunks. I could have bought underwear. I mean, they had everything with Buc-ee's on it. But I did get some beef jerky.
Buc-ee's beef jerky?
Buc-ee's beef jerky.
Oh.
They got a spot. You go into deli over there where they have, like, racks of their own jerky.
Oh, wow.
And then you just buy it by the pound. And it's, like, big chunks of jerky, like huge chunks.
Like $65 a pound?
I can't remember what it was. It was pretty expensive stuff, though. But and then you can go over and just buy the bag, like what you would buy like a Jack Link's bag in, or you know what I mean, like the big bag.
Yeah.
So we bought a couple of those, and then they had the Buc-ee's. Oh man, what do they call them thing? Bucky Bites or something like that. It was like, I can't, like cinnamon. It's not Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Crunch or something. I can't remember the cereal, but it's like
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, it's kind of, you know what it kind of reminds me of, like Pops.
No, Pops didn't have any cinnamon in it.
But it was like just the texture of it. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. But it was a little bit bigger, and it was a cinnamon type cereal, though, and I can't think of the name right now. With the frog. What's the one with the frog?
Oh,
man, what's it?
Corn crisp crunch or something.
I can't remember. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was like those, but bigger. And man, they were delicious. They were really good. So we're going back down to Texas, me and my wife and the family, to visit a friend. And we are going to go down to, I think it's San Antonio. So I'm like, look, we're stopping by Buc-ee's on the way down. I'm just saying.
Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks. There we go.
There you go.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. It was like a big thing of Honey Smacks. Yeah. But phenomenal food. But yeah, man, it was a blast. We had a good time. The one thing about Texas that got me, well, the expo, not Texas, the expo that got me was I don't think it was really fun for the fans. And I can tell you why. Is there was hardly anywhere you can buy tackle in there. There was one guy in there that was outside in the horse barn, which sucked. I mean, it was horrible, dude. I know Missile Bates. We went over and hung out with Shannon and John and all them for a little while, and Andrew and all them guys. And, dude, there's flies everywhere. What they did was they took a horse barn, and these barns I'm talking about are huge. Like, horse riding is huge down there. You know what I mean? Horse riding, bull riding.
Yeah.
It's Fort Worth, man. It's cowboy country. And so these huge barns, and all they did was scrape out the cow crap or horse crap and the hay and straw and pressure wash the concrete and put rugs down, you know? And it smelled like poo-poo. Bad. It's some bad poop, man.
Oh, man.
It flies everywhere. They finally got some fans in there, and we're cutting the fans on, like, in cooling fans.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, man. It was horrible with the smell. I felt bad for the vendors in there. It was hot as crap. Where some of the food was out there, you know what I mean? Like, you just didn't want to eat nothing out there. There was so many flies. So we went inside, and if you was not a big rep for bass, you know what I mean? Like a big sponsor of bass, like Toyota, all the bass boat companies, all that, you didn't get an air conditioner. You didn't get a tent. So, but there was one place inside that was selling, because we went down there with the intentions of finding some reels. We wanted some new spinning reels, and we wanted to spend a little bit of money on some better reels. We've always owned Cardinals and all that. Nothing's wrong with them. I mean, you know, I've been throwing Cardinals for years, since out of high school. I still have some of the reels originally that I've been throwing.
Oh, yeah.
And we just wanted some new spinning reels. So, anyways, on the way down to Bass Pro, you know, on the way stopping to Bass Pros, no one had them. No one had no Revos. We wanted some Revo SXs or STXs or and all that. So nobody had them. And so, anyways, we go in there, look, and they had about the only company in the whole entire expo had Revo spinner reels and bait casters and all that. Berkeley baits, you know, anything you really wanted, Lew's, all that stuff. And we ended up buying, we ended up getting 4 apiece on our reels. And then you can take them over to Berkeley and you get them to spool it with some of the braid. And then we went, and for every reel you bought, you got an Abu Garcia hoodie.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up getting me and the kids and the wife an Abu Garcia hoodie. And I'm trying to explain to my wife, I'm like, look, babe, they give us these hoodies. You know, we didn't pay nothing for them. And she was like, how much did you pay for them? I'm like, we did not pay nothing for them. They give us the hoodies. And she's like, no, I know you paid something because you had to buy something to get I'm trying to be all nice and like make it like, look, man, they give them to us.
Yeah.
But it didn't work, you know. My wife knows. I used to buy Snap-on tools, and when, you know, they give you a hoodie, or I'm not a hoodie, but a beanie or something, you've bought some tools. You know what I mean? So when I gave her a Snap-on beanie one time, she's like, how much money did you spend on tools? I was like, no, they give me that. They just give me that, babe. She goes, I know they don't just give you stuff just to come on a truck. You got to buy stuff. So anyways, that's how that went with the whole hoodie deal. Ended up getting some hoodies. But getting back to it, there was, if you didn't get there on day one of the expo, it was slim pickings for day 2 and day 3. Like with Berkeley crankbaits, all that stuff.
Yeah.
There was just nothing there. Like it was, they're giving Academy Sports is giving away all these buckets when you walk in the door, but I don't know what people are going to fill them up with. I mean, they give away koozies, and some places give away hats and, you know, some shirts here and there, but I don't know, man. I know the industry right now is low on product. I'm really worried about ICAST coming up and what's going to be coming out at ICAST. I don't think there's going to be a lot. You know,
new Yeti cooler.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's going to be
new color. The new color.
The new color.
New
Flamingo
color.
pink or something. I don't know. You don't know.
I think they already have one of those.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I just kind of come off of that. I didn't even know they actually had that color.
It's a new color. No, the new color is orange. I'm sorry.
Oh, they actually do have a new color coming out. Is that what you're talking about?
No, they already come out with it.
Oh, okay.
It's orange.
I got you.
Or something like that.
But yeah, it was not much. It was slim pickings. I don't know if you guys listening, if y'all went to it or anything like that. It was very I don't know. I just don't think it was as fun for the fans this year. I know we're just getting over COVID. I know that, like say the way the industry is, nobody's got anything, so they can't have it so much. You know what I mean? You can't Abu or Berkeley or Zoom or all these companies can't come down and set up if they can't even get their stuff to their dealers. So I get that, but it was just kind of like disappointing. There was nothing new really that came out. They did do the releases of the boats, the Rangers and the Nitros and the Tritons. We got those videos up. Y'all want to check them out?
$900,000 a piece.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's crazy though? Like Ranger listed it as, I don't know, I think it was $72,000 or something like that, as is, with power poles, graphs, and all that.
Finance it for 45 years for $150 a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. Anybody can get a boat. But then you go over to Triton, okay, and theirs was the highest. They were like, I can't remember what it was, dude, $79,000, $80,000, something like that. It was on up there. All right, then you go over to the Nitro, which is right behind it. We all know that's all Johnny Moore's stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And the Nitro didn't have power poles. It really didn't have that good of grass on it. And that boat was cheaper than the Triton, but cost more than a Ranger. And I just wasn't real. It was a nice boat, but I just really wasn't impressed with that boat compared to like the other one. You know what I mean? Like they could have done. It's like they skimped on some stuff. You know what I mean? That's just my feeling. And I could be wrong, but that's just my feeling. I feel like they skimped.
Chris
on some
Cabrel
stuff.
wants to know what ICAST product are you looking forward to seeing?
I don't even know what's coming out. I know there's maybe some new boats coming out. Kayaks. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have them because a lot of these guys can't even keep up with the production they got going on right now. So I don't know. Maybe there is some new stuff, but I don't know. What are you guys looking forward to coming out this year? I mean, I know there's a couple new baits that might be coming out, but from what I heard, is some of these big companies are pulling out. So I don't know. I just want to see something new. I don't even have nothing in particular I want to see or excited about because I really don't know what's coming out.
Big Starnes Bonafide and native kayaks is what we're using now.
What's that?
Big Starnes won't know what kayaks we're using now.
Oh yeah, Bonafide and native.
Yeah.
We're with Big Adventure, so we're running both brands. My Titan 10. I mean, not my Titan 10. My Titan 12 is my lake boat, and then I got my 127 that'll be my river boat.
You'll have to ask Brittany if she'll let me wear that hat in the wedding.
What's that? The cowboy hat?
Brittany's dad asked me, was that my wedding hat laying on the desk?
Yes. I'll let you. That with the pit vipers, Chris, you've got to do it.
Yeah, I don't think Brittany be very happy about that, though.
But look. Now, I don't know how it's all going to go down, but just hear me out. What is she going to say if they open the doors or she comes around the corner and you got the hat on the pit vipers? She going to be mad? She going to say anything then?
Oh, she might be pretty mad. I don't know. I'd say she probably would be.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we need to have this conversation with her and just fill it out.
She's probably watching, maybe.
She might be.
She's upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, she's hanging out with the other wife right now as we're plotting and scheming down here to see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
But I think that would be an awesome idea. And look, I will loan you the hat, Chris, if you need it.
Okay.
So just know that the offer's out there.
All right. We'll run it through her, run it by her, but I don't think she's going to be very happy about it.
But you know what? I am excited about this hat. It's the 4th of July coming up. And I got an awesome outfit. Chris, you got an outfit that you're putting together. I'm excited. We're going to take some pictures. There's going to be some pictures had. We're going to have a good time for 4th of July. And we're going to get too wild and crazy, but just a good time with friends and family and some fireworks. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get everybody together and have a good time. So let's talk a little bit about.
Clay says Berkeley's new Little General looks good.
Little General. I haven't.
It's a Ned Maxcent.
Oh, yeah, the new Maxcent stuff they got. I'm going to tell you what, that stuff is pretty dang awesome. I ain't going to lie. I mean, I'm a big thrower of missile baits, and, I throw other brands, Robo-Worm, Googans, all that. I throw everything. I throw it all. But that new Berkeley Maxcent stuff, Chris, I don't know if you have had an opportunity to really. I got somebody to show you.
No, you have to show it to me.
And just the smell on it, man, is, like, phenomenal.
Big Starnes wants to know when you're planning on coming to fish Lake Chickamauga.
Lake Chickamauga. I don't know. Man, I'd love to come down there again and fish it. We fished it last year. I would love to fish it again in its prime. You know, like, you know, is May, is that its prime? Is June? You know, like, I mean, is there something I need to schedule for next year? Because, like, I know that's a big fish factory. When we went down there, we caught it at the worst possible time. And the weights wasn't there. You know what I mean? Well, the fish wasn't there, shall we say. But yeah, I would like to do that. But like say, right now we're planning on fishing the Bass Nation Kayak Series up in La Crosse. That's the plan right now. Not 100%.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're gonna go up there and fish old mighty Mississippi. I'm excited. That's a bucket list system, not lake, that I want to fish really bad. And you know, I want to go be able to go up there. I hope I can go up there and throw a frog. That's my.
You got plenty of them over there.
Chris is giving me a heck because I finally get my pegboard up in here. Look, I did. Look, we did hang a picture.
4, 6.
We did hang another picture.
You
So
got 8 of them.
yeah, I got 8 hanging there, and then we got a few of them in the box.
One of every color, 2 of every color.
Yeah, we got a couple up there.
Yeah,
but we still got some more to put on the wall. I'm just
a wide selection.
yeah, we got a few more. It's got to go.
Big Storm says May through July, but January through March is good as well.
May through July. What did he say? What was it again?
May through July, but January through March is good too.
January through March. Yeah, I've heard that when the Alabama rig bite gets going down there, it's pretty good. But yeah, so we're looking at fishing that, and then we might fish the Bass Nation Kayak Series in Upper Chesapeake. I've been looking at that.
Craig says the Kayak is one of the stinkiest baits and also catches a lot of fish.
Kayak is a stinky bait, but it is nothing like the Max scent. I will say that. I mean, when it comes to smell, I used to really like the net baits, the pocket crawls, and that smell they had. It was almost like
the ones that you just showed me a while ago don't smell like the old ones.
Well, I don't know if it's something different because you know the bag's black labeled now. I don't know if that's just something they're doing different.
Yeah, they labeled it differently.
But I don't know if it changed up their potion.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you want to call that? But it was definitely a different.
Chris says the hookup tackle has some Japan-only Berkeley baits.
Japan hooked up tackle, Japan
or
only.
JDM baits as they call them.
Oh yeah. I had to check that out. You know, it's another bait that I've been catching them on pretty good, and y'all seen it. I don't know if you guys seen the night fishing video that we did, me and Alan. But it's the Mikey, and there's a guy up there at Captain's Quarters. He sells them. I don't know who he gets them from, how he gets them. I mean, they're a pretty good chunk, and they're worth it because I mean, he's probably paying a good chunk to get them. But I would love to be able to find out how to get more of them baits. Not the Mikey Juniors, the actual Mikey, the Jackal Mikeys.
Mm-hmm.
I got one brand new one. That dude is tore to pieces already. I mean, man, me and Alan went out there and caught the fire out of him. And then me and Dad went out. If you guys seen the pictures on my Facebook, I think I shared them on One Objective too, and went out Thursday night and caught the fire out of them, man. But I was so excited to get my dad up there on the front deck and let him catch a bunch of them. Yeah. You know, like I just kind of chilled back and laid back. My dad don't get to go out as much. He used to love night fishing. He's getting older. He's nervous to go out at nighttime. You know, I think that's some of it. And by himself, you know what I mean? Yeah. And to be able to go with Dad and watch him catch some nice fish and see the excitement, that's how I remember it back in the day when I was a kid. You know, when my dad was catching big fish and I'm watching them and just the excitement that Dad has when he catches those big fish. You know, it was just fun. So
Big Star says arm breaker.
Arm breaker. What are we talking about? Chickamauga? Yeah. I love to get down there and do
Clay's wanting to know if you have any of the 70 size popping frogs from Spro.
No, I do not.
You can't wait to try them.
No, I have not got. We actually looked at some of those at some of the Bass Pros when we come through. But you know, I've had more success on the Booyah Pad Crashers than I have on any other frog. I don't know why, but the Booyah Pad Crashers have been big for me, and James and some of the other guys that fish the lower, I guess the west or eastern lakes down there around, you know, our shop and all.
Yeah.
They've been good, and that's why I like the colors I got sitting there. It's the ones we catch them off of. So,
Big Storm says Tennessee Valley Kayak Anglers of Chattanooga is having a night tournament July 10th at Chester Frost Park on Chickamauga.
Oh man, that'll be fun. What I want to know is, what are you guys throwing down there for the bass on Lake Chickamauga at nighttime? Because I mean, down here we got shad spawn. So we're up on riprap throwing topwater baits and big wake baits, and we talked to them down there. I think it's at what is that? Fish Tails. I love that tackle store, man. That was an awesome tackle store. And they never really heard of throwing a thunderstick or any of that stuff. And I didn't know. I didn't know what you guys did down there for catching. I mean, from what I understand, it looked like spinner baits with big Colorado blades. That's what it seemed like. I know you guys got a lot of grass. Trying to find riprap. I don't know. I just didn't see a lot of riprap. But granted, a lot of the water was out. They didn't drain the lake when we got down there. So I don't know how much riprap you guys actually have on the banks down there. But yeah, I was just curious how the shad spawn was down there and how you guys caught them at nighttime. I think that'd be interesting to see. I think it's cool to see each lake and how it does.
Buzz bait, swim baits, big worms.
Buzz bait, swim baits, and big worms. Well, hey man, we like throwing big worms. I mean, that's
Yeah.
old mag 2s and old monsters, trick worms, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We like throwing them. Carolina rigging, Texas rigging.
We tried some of the what was that one worm we had? It was like 14-inch worm or something we tried that one year.
Oh,
Case plastic.
yeah, that's right. Case
Yeah, I don't
plastic.
know
Had the
what
paddle tail on it.
Yeah, I don't know what they called them, but it was case plastic.
Yeah. I don't think they even make that. I don't think cases around anymore. I don't know.
You know?
I don't think, not unless somebody else bought them out, because
Yeah.
somebody bought them at one time. You used to be able to go down there to Bobcats down there at Bugs Island and buy a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, they used to sell them at Sportsman's Warehouse too.
Oh, did they? Did they
Yeah,
still
because
case there?
I got the Helgramites from there.
Oh, okay.
I've never used any of them. I still got them.
Have you been in that place lately?
Not in a while, no.
And man, it was barren when I went in there. After Bass Pro and all, Johnny Morse bought them out.
Oh, really?
It was barren. It wasn't hardly anything in there. Like, it was like,
That's right. I forgot he bought them out too, didn't he?
yeah. Yeah, he owns everything now.
Yeah.
Johnny Morse owns everything.
Yeah. Craig says he has the pad crashers also and used them for snakeheads successfully.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I look at it like this. The pad crasher it's a good bait. And it doesn't cost as much as a Spro. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the Spros. I like the looks of the Spros. But when it comes to dollar for dollar, you know what I mean? Like, but I also get it. That's what people's confidence baits are, So you got a confidence bait that costs more, you're going to throw that. It just is what it is. And I know how I'm like that with jerk baits,
Clay says Tactical Bassin had a 19-inch worm in one of the latest videos. It was huge.
19-inch worm. Good God. You'd
have to use a
I don't even think of 7-aught or anything like you would have to have a trailer hook. Like a stinger hook on it, like a spinnerbait hook. You know what I mean?
It's like you'd have to stop the bait and wait for the fish to eat the worm all the way up to the hook before you could set the hook.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Maybe they eat it better than we think.
They bite the man's ones, and they're like 14 inches. So
yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah, they'll eat that 19-inch worm, man. Yeah. That's crazy. A big shout out to change the subject here. Big shout out to Jacob Wheeler on the St. Lawrence River for the MLF tour event right now for the single day weight of 165 pounds and 1 ounce.
Single day. How many fish?
That's a lot of fish, I think. I don't know how many fish exactly, but you know how MLF is. They keep totaling up.
Keep on.
Yeah, but I mean that's some big smallmouth, dude. 165 pounds.
I know it.
Jeez Louise. I mean that's a big sack of fish right there, especially smallmouth. Daggone well, it's St. Lawrence. It's a smallmouth.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, that was insane. Also, guys, real quick before we let everybody get going here, make sure you go on oneobjectivebf.com. Check out our t-shirts we got. If you haven't got one, this one's a little wrinkly. Sorry.
What about the weights?
Oh yeah, dude. Good call, man. Have you picked? Well, first let's tell everybody about them, and then while we're doing that,
they ain't seen them yet. Well, there we go. Now they can see them.
Yeah. So thank you, Chris, for that. I even got that written down.
I've already picked a winner too. So
okay, all right. We'll get to winner here in just a second for the weights.
Okay.
But also, guys, if you are tuning in here on Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button if you don't mind. Let's get some likes up on this thing. Hit it right now while we're waiting.
Yeah,
hit it. Anyways, it's like a starter pack. This is what we're going to be giving away. If you guys haven't noticed or paid any attention, we've been posting a lot about our one objective tungsten, and we've had guys like Craig that's on our team, Robert Brown, Jason Hensley. We picked a few random people that were close by to try out some of these tungsten weights that we knew we were going to put them to the test. Jason, did you see the video Jason did? Chris?
No, I don't think I saw that.
He's got that thing tied on and beating it in the driveway.
Oh, yeah, he's just twirling around.
Yeah, he's twirling, beating the fire out of that thing. And I'm like, oh, my goodness gracious, But anyways, these are never chip on the flipping weights. And then we got our drop shot weights. We also got nail weights. So, like, if you're doing Nico rigging or any of that stuff, we give you options on rigging. And we're also going to have a few more odd end things that are going to be coming out here soon. And we're also going to be having a few odd end things that are going to be coming on our website very shortly. Stay tuned. I'm thinking next week we'll start seeing some of that trickling in. So we're excited about getting some of that stuff up. We're trying to turn one objective into a one-stop shop for anything. You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah.
But anyway, stay tuned. We're going to have some stuff on that. Excited about it. But anyways, we're going to pick a winner tonight. Chris has already picked it, but they're going to get pretty much a starter pack. So it's a little bit of everything we got, and get you started, get you out on the water, throwing some of our tungsten weights. Guys, you need to check them out. Go to oneobjectivebf.com, go into our store, and then click on fish and tackle or tackle. I can't remember how I got it worded on it right now. But anyways, go in and check that out, and let us know what you think, man. Take some pictures. Let us see some fish that you've caught using our tungsten weights. We love to see them, love to share them on our Instagram, Facebook, all that. But anyways, Chris, go ahead and pick you a winner. Who we got?
Joshua Evans.
Joshua Evans won our tungsten pack. Joshua, send us a message on Facebook and in our DMs there, and give us your address and all that, and we'll get these shipped out to you. I appreciate you tuning in with us tonight. If you're still not on here, we'll reach out to you and get those to you. But yeah, so that's, check those out, guys. Like I said, we got a lot more stuff that's coming out.
Chris Cable wants to know if there's going to be a one objective jitterbug.
One objective jitterbug? No, sir. I don't think we can recreate the jitterbug. You know what I mean? Like, the jitterbug's so good, it's hard to recreate the jitterbug. I'm actually going to do a little video on a jitterbug here soon. I think on some mods that I do to make the jitterbug a little bit better. So, but we got a few of those things going to be coming up for night fishing and all that stuff. So excited to get those videos up coming soon. If you haven't, make sure you go to One Objective's YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. We got some pretty cool videos going to be hitting out. I'm going to be doing some more night fishing. We're going to hopefully, Chris, are we going to hit the river soon?
Yeah,
we got to, man.
Yeah,
it's that time. It's that time, and it's calling me. So we need to get on the river here soon. Be shooting some river videos. But like I say, guys, I really appreciate
Just don't say nothing about how good it's been.
No, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing. But like, man, I tear him up here because every time I tell Chris, look, man, we're going to catch him. I'm on some fish right now, and we're going to catch him. And what happens, Chris?
We don't catch none.
We don't catch none. I jinx ourselves every time I do that. So I did that with the river one time. I was like, Chris, we're going to go up here, me and James, and burn them up here twice. And then I come by myself, burn them up. I'm like, Chris, we're going. What do we catch, Chris?
Nothing.
0. What the crap? I hung one big one.
We watched muskies swim under our kayaks.
Yeah, we did see that. That was crazy. But that's when the Virginia Game and Inland Fisheries up there was tracking them.
Yeah, it's trying to look for one.
The guy's like, man, there's one under y'all's boat. Like, what? We don't see nothing down there. Yeah. But anyways. But yeah, it was we're going to get on the river here soon. I'm really excited about doing that. I think I've covered everything for tonight, Chris. I don't think I got anything else on here. I got another topic, but I'm going to save it.
Jimmy has subscribed on YouTube, and Chris Lopez has subscribed.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Just Jimmy. Just one name, Jimmy.
Jimmy. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing. Also, like I say, I don't know what's been going on with our Facebook. Let us guys know, like, if you are not seeing any of our updates or stats or post on Facebook.
John's got a quick question.
What's that?
Before you head out, I have a quick one. So do you use rod floats?
Rod float? Oh, for like the kayak?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No.
We don't use it. I just feel like it's going to mess with me casting and all that. You know what I mean? It's not much. It's not much weight. but I feel like it's gonna mess with me. Maybe I should on some things, but I don't use them. There's actually a guy out there that makes a inflatable butt section that goes on your rod.
Was it like a life vest that hits the water and it?
Yeah, it goes down and like it's got to be underwater for so long.
No.
And then it inflates and it'll come to the. But you know what my problem is? Like when we go river fishing and we're wading.
Yeah, it goes down in and this thing is going boom.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes we're wading like chest deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like if you're reeling and
of course, if you go to the river doing that mess, you need to take you a Walmart reel.
Yeah, you don't take no $230-some rod and reel combo setup.
No,
you know
go
what I
to
mean?
Walmart and get one of them $8 ones and put you some good line on it, and that'll do.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Just get you some cheap stuff and. But,
Chris Cable says he's not seeing any updates.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on, man. If y'all, go check us out every once in a while. Like some of the stuff. Maybe it'll start getting posted back out there. I don't know what's going on with our Facebook, but I've reached out to Facebook. I'm not saying we should get 20, 30, 40, 100,000 likes on any of our stuff. I'm just saying when we post something, you only get one like on like a fish picture. You know what I mean? Like normally we're getting, anywhere between 40, 50, 60 likes with 12,000 followers.
You should be getting a whole lot more than that.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with the algorithm of Facebook. It's junk.
John said he lost a Corrado and mid-range rod one time.
Ooh, yeah. Well, hey, man, I flipped a kayak. I flipped a Vibe. I had a Vibe one time, and I flipped it, and I had a couple of Karas and some Bukus. I know Bukus are not the top-of-the-line rod, but they're still $100-some rod. And I ended up losing those with luckily, they were just Black Maxes for the reels. But I lost a couple of those. That sucked. So some of the Karas I got now and the Experts and the reels I got, I would puke over the side of my boat if I lost any of them right now. So especially my new Zetas and STXs and Revo spinner reels, I'd be really disappointed if I lost any of those reels in the river.
Just leave them at home on the river.
Yeah, they ain't going to the river. They'll go to the lake.
Take the old Walmart specials.
Yeah. Get the sand up in that and let it grind it in. But now, guys, man, I appreciate you guys joining in with us tonight. It was fun. It was nice getting back in the studio. Plan on doing this. Look, I don't know what's going to happen next weekend because that's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
But after that, we plan on getting back in the studio. We're finally getting it cleaned up. I'm getting it cleaned up. Chris has been helping. We're getting some of the software back up right, and just getting pictures hung and doing this and blah blah blah. So maybe once we get it all up, I'll do a quick little video around showing the studio here. But you don't want to see it right now. She's still kind of trashed. But man, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you don't mind, please hit the subscribe button on our YouTube. Hit the like. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Share this video if you don't mind. I'm going to pin it to the top. And then other than that, guys, we'll talk to you later. If you're on Instagram, tag us in those fish pictures. We like sharing them on our story and all that and getting you guys some more recognition. So, but other than that, guys, we'll talk to you later. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Have a safe 4th of July. And please, guys, if you're out on the river doing floats, make sure you wear your life vest.